What's up, Savages? It is Friday, May 31st, 2019. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Thanks so much for everyone watching, liking, subscribing, and all that cool stuff. As always, you guys rock. It is much appreciated. I have a feeling that this one's going to be a pretty good one. I think I did an announcement early enough that maybe there's some devs and managers and things like that in here for EGEM, which is super cool because I actually did. I think the poll was Wednesday, right? And then I was supposed to do it last night, so it actually gave a whole 48 hours basically before the show actually aired, or I actually went live for this. So this is going to be pretty cool. Plus, it looks like Brandon Coin, we normally stop at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time because Brandon Coin starts. And it looks like he's not tonight. He's going to be back Monday because I know he's in the middle of a move. So long story short, I basically think that we have a little bit of time. We don't have to rush through this, and that's probably going to work out pretty well. I think that's a good thing. Let's see. Let's take a look at what's going on. Like I was saying, I ran a Twitter poll on Wednesday between EtherGem, Callisto, and Ether Social, and EtherGem won super easy. I think it was something like 60-something%. So that is what we are going to be looking at tonight. But before we get after it, I always like to take a quick look at the market. Lots of green out there. We are back, it looks like. I mean, I don't know. We took that really quick hit all the way down to 8,000 BTC, but now we're back up to 85.60. So that is a good thing. Looking pretty good over there. You know, this show isn't really about the market or anything, but I do like to throw it up here so that we get a little sense of what's going on. You know, if people are looking at this video years from now, you can look back and see what was going on at the time. So that's why I usually throw that up there. So let's take a look at CoinMarketCap real quick, do a quick refresh. Looks like the total market cap is at 273 billion. Remember, at the lowest, it was dipping below 100 billion. So that is that's a huge increase there. It looks like the total volume is at 87 billion. I believe that we had almost 100 billion in volume the other day. So this is actually, I mean, I guess I would consider this to be down a little bit, but still pretty strong. And then the BTC dominance has gone down to 55.6. I think at its height, it was up around 60%. So that is cool there. What do we got going on in, let's see here. Wow, this was, a lot of people have been talking about this today, but Monacoin is just killing it. Golly, 138%. And that, if you're not familiar with Monacoin, it's a meme coin. It's a cat for Japan. It's like it's basically the Japanese Dogecoin, but it's a cat. So yeah, wow. I've actually done a video on it years ago, or not years ago, but last year. So that's kind of cool to see that. I think whenever I did the video, it was probably around, I want to say it was around $1. I don't know for sure, but anyway, yeah, 261 is pretty strong. Aeon looking good. I like that. Ravencoin looking good. I like that too. I've done videos on quite a lot of these. Even Bitcoin Diamond is looking good. You see how I'm focusing mainly on mineable coins, right? Yep, looking pretty good overall. I like green days for sure. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the more popular ones. Let's look at EGEM since we're going to be doing that tonight. Wow, they're up 20% almost. That's pretty strong. Good to see that. I like whenever the coins that I'm either talking about or doing a live stream on are actually pumping. So that's kind of cool to see that. Let's go to NIM for Nimic. They're up 6%. Looking good there. BitCash. Wow, everything's looking pretty good. We saw Aeon there, I think. Oh wow, 15%, nice. And Zellcash. These are just ones. If you're new to this show, this stream, I usually just run through some of the more popular ones that we've covered in previous shows, or people have requested that I bring up here, so that's what we're doing right now. Zcash is looking all right. They were up to like 20 something cents though, so that's a bargain right there. Raven was looking good today, yeah. Wow, 13% almost. Conceal coin still hovering around 16 cents. They just can't seem to get away from there. And then Bitcoin Diamond, I think they had a pretty good day today. Yeah, I think they were up to $1.50 earlier today whenever I checked. So that is pretty cool. Good to see all that. Let's check out what to mine real quick just to see what's going on over there. As far as we'll go with 8 GPU 580 rig just for the heck of it, because that's what I have here at the house. Pretty usual suspects up here at the top. Conceal's looking pretty good. I like that. I like seeing these 3 right here in a row. That's kind of cool. I actually tweeted about that too. It's kind of weird seeing all these. These are mainly, you know, you hit these with NVIDIA rigs. So it's kind of cool to see them on both lists basically. Because if you go to this Kessel rig right here, that's an NVIDIA rig, so they're going to be at the top like that, yeah. So Swap, Ravencoin, Bitcash, and Aeon looking pretty strong over there on the NVIDIA side. All right. So let's take a quick look at what I'm actually mining on the AMD rig, personally owned here at the house. Is currently mining CCX. The other rig, the NVIDIA rig, is actually off right now because I still haven't ironed out my power problems. I mean, I've got power ran, I just haven't moved things around to where they need to be just yet. So I'm getting ready to do that probably tomorrow, so I should get both of these rigs back up online, or this rig back online. But I'm mining Conceal Coin over there, and then also on the shared rigs that are running Simple Mining. These are co-owned. I am still running, or I'm still mining CCX over there as well. So throwing all the hash power at CCX right now. So like I was saying, I did the poll. Let me check the chat real quick, see what you guys are talking about over there. Let's see here. Yeah, we got a lot of folks in here. That's good to see. Yeah, there's no EGEM on what to mine just yet. All right, y'all are talking about a lot of stuff. Okay, cool. Glad y'all are staying busy over there. Let's go ahead and let me get back to my notes here real quick. So tonight we are going to take a look at EtherGem or EGEM, and just a reminder or a disclaimer. This video is not sponsored in any way, except maybe by Fireball Whiskey, but that's not official. Thanks, Stay Coleman, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Nothing official as far as being sponsored or anything like that. I have not, and I will not receive any compensation for making this video unless it's via like a donation, if I put a link in the description or something like that, which I probably won't because, you know, I just don't. So there is a lot to cover, so I'm going to have to go kind of fast. We don't have to go that fast because I realize that Brandon Coin isn't going live at 10, so we can kind of piddle around a little bit. I don't want to keep you guys up all night though, so I won't be interacting with the chat too much as I go through this. But like I said earlier, hopefully some of the EGEM devs, and it looks like they are, there's like 16 people in here, so that's awesome. So there's some EGEM devs and managers and things like that. Community managers in here, so that is neat. And if my machine does lock up, I'm in the process of building a new streaming machine. This one's super old, as most of my most frequent viewers know. If it does lock up, I will reboot and come back up as soon as I can. It usually takes 2 or 3 minutes. So if it does lock up, that's what I will be doing, and I will be back. So let's take a quick look at EGEM. Let's pull up their website actually. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here that we don't need. Oop, that one we probably do need. Actually, I'll leave all that up. All right. Oh wow, content refreshing, please hold. EGEM.io. Website down? No? Let me see if it's on, let's see, that could be a Brave browser thing. Let me see if it comes up on, no? Wow. Is there just a lot of people hitting it right now or something? It says content refreshing, please hold for the website. And that is right? EGEM.io. Yeah. Okay. So maybe we won't go through the website. Or I'll give it a minute and then we'll, I'll just talk about it. I'll throw up my YouTube here. And so let's talk about EGEM itself first. Then we'll get into the actual mining. So what exactly is EGEM? EtherGem uses the stable Ethereum core because reinventing the wheel would be kind of silly, and the team wanted to focus more on the solutions required for a decentralized marketplace. So the EGEM project inherits a lot of the Ethereum stable core along with the ability to create tokens. So it is inheriting some features from Ethereum. It has an integrated subchain called Sapphire that allows the tokens to become coins on their own blockchain that has its own consensus mechanisms. And this dual chain structure allows for increased stability and transactions per second, as well as many other capabilities. EGEM is considered a clean Ethereum chain with EIP 150, 155, and 158 implemented from block 0, the Genesis block. And if you're not familiar with EIPs, they are Ethereum Improvement Proposals, and basically those three are important to Ethereum chains. And EIP 150 rebalances the gas to protect against denial of service attacks, and EIP 155 deals with simple replay attack protection, and EIP 158 clears out empty account states. So those are the three important things that basically are implemented at block 0 on EtherGem. So that is definitely cool. The EGEM team has been quite busy since they announced in March of 2018, and here are just a few of their accomplishments. By far the most important, and guys, listen, this is like key right here, okay? And I mean, this is kind of tongue-in-cheek, but honestly, the EGEM team is by far the most important accomplishment is that they lasted through 2018. I mean, they launched when there was not a great outlook for crypto, because they launched in March, I think, of 2018. I mean, it was definitely the beginning of a real bad market, right? So that is a huge accomplishment. The other, just like all of us that have been through all of this past year, we're all like, hey, we've been there, They also have things called quarry nodes, and they're basically a master node, and that is the backbone of EGEM. And the collateral required to operate a quarry node, master node, is 10,000 for a primary and 30,000 for a secondary. I guess if you have a primary and you get a second one on top of that one, you have to pay, or not pay, but it takes 30,000 EGEM as collateral. And until Sapphire is actually released, and correct me if I'm wrong, devs that are in the chat here, that's something that is coming this quarter possibly, right, or next quarter, as far as Sapphire goes. But until it's released, this is like information off their website that I got. I want to make sure that that's correct. But it's expected that once Sapphire is released, if it's not already, the Coral nodes will be used to issue rewards based on EGEM's transaction fees and decentralized exchange listing fees. They'll also have Sapphire sponsor nodes, or SPNs, that will require Sapphire collateral to be locked up, and will provide Sapphire holders with rewards. And some other things that they have accomplished that are super cool is they have been listed on multiple exchanges. I believe they're on Stex, and I can't remember the other one. I think there were two pretty well-known ones that they were on. Maybe they can clarify that in the chat there. They also have a desktop wallet called Opal. They even hosted an ICO on their chain. They operate on Trezor, and I believe they're actually on Ledger as well. I saw something about Ledger on their website, so I don't know if that's true or not. But they definitely operate on Trezor. They're on CoinMarketCap, as we saw earlier. They're on My Ether wallet, or they're compatible with it. And they also have a mobile wallet that's approved by the App Store. Now, all that being said, they are still working on finalizing a white paper. They have yellow papers, I believe they call them, right now, where they're kind of getting things geared up for an actual white paper, from what I understand. And as I stated earlier, Sapphire is what they named the subchain. So this subchain, if you're wondering what that is, it can be used by other coins to list on it as a decentralized exchange or DEX. And Sapphire is expected in the next quarter, from what I was saying earlier, so keep your eyes peeled for that. The cool thing about this subchain is that miners and holders of EGEM are going to receive a 2-to-1 Sapphire EGEM airdrop at the time of the snapshot. So if you are holding a lot of EGEM, you're going to get 2-to-1 on Sapphire, or you're going to get 2 Sapphire for every 1 EGEM that you hold at the time of the snapshot. Now, as far as mining specific information, they have a block time of less than 13 seconds, and the block rewards are managed by eras. So let me see if this website will come up here. Oh, it did finally come up. Okay, cool. It was just kind of slow there, I guess. All right, so yeah, I could do a scroll here, but I already kind of talked about all this stuff. Let's go to check out their eras. As far as this is how their block rewards are going to be managed, and you can see right here, you know, you've got basically 7 eras, and they span about 10 years, and there are the blocks and the miner rewards, the dev awards, or the dev fee, and the node rewards listed in there. Some other cool things about EGEM as far as mining goes is there was no pre-mine and there's no ICO. Right now, there is no max supply, and that is supposed to be determined possibly at a later date by the community, you know, basically probably through some form of voting, maybe through the master nodes, I don't know, or through the Coral nodes. I don't know how that'll work, but there will probably be a max supply at some point, but right now there's not. Alright, so let me go check out the chat, see if anybody's talking to me over here. Yes, GraviX, that was the other one, yeah. Thanks for that, Frank. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome for coming in here, showing up, and talking to my normal viewers. I appreciate it a lot. What's up, Shuby? Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll start with HiveOS, and let me bring up the spreadsheet here. You know, this is like old school stuff like we used to do. So I'm just going to go through the documentation. We're going to pretend like we landed on EGEM as a random coin, even though it was kind of through the poll and everything, right? So let's go ahead and go through the spreadsheet like we normally do so that we can show people that aren't totally familiar with how to mine something, what we need to document, at least some of it, so that we can, document some of it so that we can show them what they need to have in order to successfully mine. And this camera is a little bit low. All right, here we go. So the ticker is EGEM. Algorithm is Ethash, right? I think that's right. All right, let's head over to, what I like to do is go to, I don't have it up. I'm so unprepared. Miningpoolstats.stream, and then we'll go to EGEM over here, EtherGem. And this one I've been kind of, you know, I mean, there for a while. If you're not familiar with this particular show, we used to do completely random coins, right? And the way it worked was I would run this list of GPU mineable coins, this whole list here that I used to update. I don't update it anymore. But I would run it through an online randomizer, and whatever we landed on, we would try to mine within 30 minutes, right then and there. And it was super difficult, right? Because I never knew what we were going to land on. But then Yashnik from aonpool.tech gave me an idea. He was like, hey, why don't you just pre-record the randomization part so that you can do at least you'll know that you can actually mine the coin, because a lot of times we were landing on stuff that were dead projects and things like that. So then it's kind of evolved into this thing where I wanted to interact more with the Twitter followers, my Twitter followers. So I'm throwing out a poll, and it makes more sense because what I'll do is I'll take three basic I'll take three projects that I kind of have some interest in, and I will do a poll, and whoever wins the poll, that's what we actually mine that night. And it's not every night like it used to be, but it is fairly frequent, like at least maybe 2 or 3 maybe a week. I don't know. I'm kind of changing it around a little bit, but anyway, yeah. And Shubi, you know what this is. Anyway, so that's kind of like a rundown on what the show used to be, but we used to use this spreadsheet here, and we would go through, document everything, and just so that someone could reference it. Even I've referenced my own videos, in the past with like, hey, what, there was this one problem that we ran into or whatever, and boom, that you can review the video and figure out what it was. So yeah, so that's basically what we're doing. So let me go to get back over here to mining pool stats. I think probably the best, I like to use the official pool usually, and I think that EGEM.io right here is the official pool, I would assume, based on the URL there. So we'll try to use this. Oh wow, and they talk right here about what exchanges they're on, so that's cool. All right, super cool. All right, so we will use this pool, or we're going to try to use this pool in our example here. Now, let me go ahead. The reason I have that pool import up here at the top is because it forces me, I used to have that further down the spreadsheet, but it forces me now to go to miningpoolstats.stream, and from there, you see there are all these other links over here that are super handy. So we already have your website. We'll grab this. Actually, let's click on that. We'll just go to the home, grab this. Actually, I don't need to do this just yet. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. All right, so let's go and get the pool and the port first. So we decided that this is probably the official pool. So if we go to help, we're probably going to run into a situation. Crypto and shit is saying, how did you get that name? I didn't know that they would let you have that name. Okay, cool. He's saying to use 8008, so that's cool. All right. Let's go ahead and grab just the URL and the port for now. All right, and then I should have documented this already, but we're not in a hurry, so that's cool. I'm not in a hurry. So we'll go over here and we'll do a EGEM again, and it's gone up a little bit since we started talking about it. So that is kind of cool. I'm digging this. Keep going. All right, they're ranked 1087. Grab this little value here. Now, like I've said 100 times before on the other shows, the values here that are in like grayed out, they're not really needed to actually mine. Like someone trying to mine this coin wouldn't actually have to have that information. It's just good for a reference, right? The market cap is, wow, it's way down there. Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that low. 227,000. Wow, that's awesome. Lots of room to go. It's 1087, I believe. It's not on what to mine, but I think it's on coin calculators. So we'll reference this. We'll come back here once we start mining it and see what we can come up with as far as profitability. Check out their announcement. Like I was saying earlier, I believe it was in March, yeah, March 20th of 2018. Looks like the correct one. Let's see. I always like to check the last page, see what the last discussion was. It was today. So that means, you know, if you were looking at a project like we used to look at these pretty crappy projects, and sometimes you would go to their announcement thread and there wouldn't be activity on there for months, sometimes even years. And I used to just go, oh my gosh, you know, I can't believe that we're doing this. So that's what kind of pushed me into this direction that we're in now, where we do the poll interest in coins and things like that. Things that have a future, I guess you could say. So yeah, awesome. All right, so yeah, everybody that's subbing, I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I'm not looking at that screen, so I don't know that y'all are actually subbing, but I really do appreciate it. I will review and do a shout out or something like that for you. So I appreciate that a lot. All right, so let's go over here. Where was I at? I needed to put this. Nope, that's not right. See, y'all messed me up a little bit here. Got me out of my groove a little bit. I need to get this right here. And again, this is just for documentation. It's not a big deal. Actually, let's go back to the home. Grab that. Might be the same. And then March 20th of 2018. I don't know if they have, let me know in the chat here if you guys have like a web page dedicated to mining help. Probably your Discord, I would imagine. So if you are interested in mining this, I would suggest you get over there in their Discord. Apparently they're super active over there and they help everybody out. So that's cool. So get over there to their Discord. Maybe, guys, if you want to post a link to your Discord in there you go. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, so in this case, I did download Opal, which is their wallet, their desktop wallet, but for the purposes of this show, I just did the web wallet. And I can show you that real quick. They probably don't call it a web wallet, but let's see, where was it? I forget where it was. Must have been down here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. All right, so wallet software. I just went and I think I did the my EGEM wallet. Yeah, this is what I did. So all I did was I created a new wallet here. You just put in a password. It gives you the JSON file and all that stuff that you have to download and whatnot. And that is how I got my address. Now, if you're actually going to mine this, you know, long term, I would probably go ahead and do the what's that called? The Opal desktop wallet. I didn't install it fully or anything like that, so I'm just going to use what I have here, which was, you know, this particular wallet. So let me get over here, and that's how I generated this receiving address that you're about to see. So maybe I will put this in there as a donation address. Maybe. We'll see. All right, so y'all saw how I got there, right? It's just on their homepage, and then scroll down to the bottom, or towards the bottom, and it's got the software here. And yeah, here it also shows where their exchanges are, or what exchanges they're on. So that's cool too. All right, so wallet method, we'll call it web wallet, and then the receiving address, which as you can see over here, it is required. You have to have that in order for things to work. And then the miner, some of this stuff we kind of wait until we get going to start filling that stuff out. So just if I forget, let me, shoot me a reminder so that I like, hey, go back and, put in that data into, because what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll put that into the description of the video so that it's kind of documentation, for people to reference and things. So that is kind of what I am up to. All right, so let's go over here to HiveOS, and we'll start with HiveOS. Maybe we'll roll into simple mining as well, maybe. I don't know. It depends on how I feel at that time and whether or not we're successful or not, because sometimes I can get a little bit frustrated and I just give up. So actually, I never give up. I always keep going, and it might be after the show ends, and then I'll throw it in the description and maybe do a tweet about it if it's something that we got hung up on. So I think we're going to be all right here. But let me show you what hardware we're working with. So this rig here, if you haven't noticed, I'm a big software or Star Wars fan. So all my rigs are named after Star Wars planets. So this one is Scarif, and the hardware looks like this. It's got 10 RX 580s. It actually has 12 GPUs. Yeah, actually right here. This is wrong. These two are actually off. The 570s, I've got them unplugged right now. So it's got 10 RX 580s, the MSI Armor Mark IIs, which are super cool. I love those GPUs, and everything else is up here. So everything else is pretty accurate. Yep, running HiveOS off of a USB. So that is what we have there. And that's this rig right here. So you can kind of see, if I go into the rig, you can see exactly, basically what I just said. All right, so let's go ahead and get back over here. And I'm still I don't mess with HiveOS so much. I'm only a few months into messing with it, and I don't know all the intricacies and all the different features and all that stuff. So I just I have my method that I go through, and that's how I do it. So I believe that we could probably start with a flight sheet here because EGEM is in HiveOS already. So what we could do is we could add a new flight sheet without creating a wallet first, right? Is basically what I'm saying. So let me make sure I got my address over here, copy to the clipboard. I'll come over here, type in EGEM, it does show up, so that's cool. And then the wallet, we can just click add wallet, right? And then the address, we're going to paste that as plain text, make sure there's no spaces or anything weird in there. And then we'll give it a name of EGEM_YouTube. And then we can't use, I don't believe we'll be able to use the exchanges or anything like that. All these new features of HiveOS, probably won't be able to use them just yet. Some of this stuff is only supported on some of the larger cap coins right now. So let's go ahead and click create, and that creates the wallet. And then for the pool, remember we want to use the official pool, which is not even listed in here, right? I think it's the official pool. I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong there. So our pool address is actually right here. So what we have to do is we have to tell it that we want to, I just copied that. We have to tell it, oh, let me get my cameras off so y'all can see what's going on. So we have to tell it that we want to configure it in the miner, right? So we're going to click on configure in miner. Then we're going to click on select miner. We're going to click the down arrow, or just click on it, and we get to choose which miner we want to use, right? Now there's a lot of people that like Claymore, there's people that like ETHMiner, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about PhoenixMiner as far as hash rate being a little bit better and things like that. You guys could probably tell me more about it. I mine for the most part, especially here at the house, I really mine a lot of Kryptonite algo coins because of the power draw being less and cooler and all that stuff, because some of the rigs are in the house and they're inside, so it gets super hot, especially in the summer like it is now. So I try to mine things that are a little bit less heat producing. So I'm not, as far as ETH goes or Ethash, I mean, I know a little bit and I kind of keep up on it, but I'm not. I think that from what I understand, PhoenixMiner is super good as far as hash rate and things like that. It might be more than Claymore at this point. I don't know for sure, but you guys know more about that than me. So let's go ahead and click on this down arrow, and we're going to choose PhoenixMiner. And then because we chose to configure in miner, the pool and all that stuff, and we chose our own miner, then we have to click on Setup Miner Config. And then in here, you can't use variables for the URL because there's no variable, there's no URL variable that has been set. The only time that gets set is if you choose one of these existing pools that are inside of HiveOS so that it can actually fill in that information for you. So in this case, we have to actually put our URL, our pool URL in here, and we have to adhere to the PhoenixMiner syntax, right? So I believe I've got some of this documented a little bit here. And what you can do if you're like totally lost and you don't know what needs to go in here, what you can do is go back to your pool and choose one that is in here. So in this case, let's just choose Euro pool, and then we'll do we'll choose that one. Okay, great. And then apply it. Now, whenever you choose PhoenixMiner, if it doesn't show up, you can still click on more or whatever it is down there, show all, and choose it. So now you click PhoenixMiner and then set up miner config, and then it basically fills in a lot of the information for you. So you can kind of take this, copy it, right, and then come in here, change this back to configure in miner, change this back to PhoenixMiner, set up miner config, and then paste. But you got to remember, hey, I can't use this variable right here, right? Because it's trying to use the variable from the pool inside of HiveOS. So we know that we're using our own pool that isn't in HiveOS. So we have to come over here, grab this. I probably already had it, but I'm going to copy it again. Come over here, replace that URL variable with our actual pool. Make sure that there's no spaces or anything weird in there. Let me zoom up on this real quick. So that is what it looks like right now, and let me look at this real quick. I think that that's going to work. Now I'm going to check the chat real quick to see if you guys are telling me to put something else in there. No, everything looks pretty good. Alright, cool. So I must be on the right track here. As far as Eddie Golden, alright, you're saying CL green. What does that actually do? I'm not familiar with that. So that means I need to put that in extra config. Does it look something like this? Let me know if that's right. And also let us know what that is, because I don't know off the top of my head here. Maybe I can look it up. I don't want to get stuck on something like this. I just want to kind of look, see if I can find it pretty quick. Oh, okay. So use power efficient green kernels. May specify this option per GPU. Okay, so you just want it to be green. Got it. I'll leave it in there, but if it causes a problem, I'm gonna have to take that out. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll leave that in there for now. So click OK there or apply. We'll give it a name of EGEM _ YouTube, and then create the flight sheet. So now we have an EGEM flight sheet that we can assign to this rig. So let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to go to Workers, put a check mark next to Scarif AMD rig. Click the, let me turn my cams off again. Click the rocket, which is your flight sheets. Hey, what's up, Sonya Neer? Hey, Bitcoin Diamond has been killing it. I don't know if you've noticed. They're doing really well. All right, so we're going to click on EGEM, which is the flight sheet that we just created. And then we're going to click on the flight sheet, which is right here, and then we're going to click Apply. Now what we've learned, what I've learned actually in the past, normally right after that you kind of want to throw the machine a reboot. So I am going to go ahead and do that as well. Check mark. I'm going to go up here to Power Actions and do a reboot. And now I'll turn on the cams again, and you can see right there, that bottom right hand video there is the rig. So that is the display for the rig that we're actually messing with right now. So I threw it a reboot, so you should see it restart in a minute. Hopefully. Normally by now it's doing something. So I hope it's not hung up. But it was actually working, so I don't know. You know what it's probably doing is, we can get in here and, okay, so it's still running the reboot command there. Sometimes this rig is a little goofy and it'll error out. It might have actually done it. I can't see that far. I might have to hard power it down. Oh yeah, I was supposed to show you all the power draw and all that stuff before. I'm late. I missed that part. Yeah, it's definitely not mining. So it's only 400 watts right now. So what I'll do, power it off. I've got one of those smart outlets for it. Power it back on. Let me go check and see if all the GPUs fired up here. It looks like it. So that's good. Yeah, I wish I had a solar farm. That would be awesome. Yeah, Addy, I believe that PhoenixMiner is on here already. I don't think that's a problem. I've got one GPU that I don't know what exactly is wrong with it, but it kind of hangs my machine up sometimes. I think that's what it was doing just then. So it usually only does it on a reboot, especially if I'm like reassigning different miners and things like that to it. So it usually kind of freaks it out. But it should be coming back up now. The motherboard is a ASRock H110 Pro BTC Plus. Yeah, solar would be sweet. I got some friends that are talking about moving close to like small rivers and things like that in the mountains so that they can do hydro. That's kind of cool. I would love to be able to do that. All right, let's see here. What's going on? Yeah, I know, Shuby. I'm taking it easy. I'm not going too fast. All right, so it does say that it started Hive. So let's go ahead, and sometimes it takes a little while before it actually shows up in that screen. So I'll go in here and we'll do a remote Hive shell and see if anything is going on. I must be boring people. There's people dropping out here. Only 16 now. What's going on? Alright, let's check this out, see what's going on. Alright, so it looks like we are definitely mining. Got one accepted share so far, it looks like. Alright, so if we go back over to, here, let me zoom in on that real quick so you guys can see that. Looks like it's slowly increasing a little bit. They're up to 303 now. Alright, so if we go back over to the main console of Hive OS, it should show, yeah, there we go. Do a refresh here. Clean up the messages. So it's at 308. So if we go into power, before it was right at 1,000 watts. And remember, this is a 10 GPU rig, so on Ethash it is pulling 1389 right now, and that's at the wall, the whole rig, not just the GPUs. 1389. So now we can head over to coin calculators and we can say, okay, we are getting 306 mega hash. At 1370, we'll say 65. And my cost is about, probably after taxes and everything, it's probably 12 cents. Now on my bill, if you look at what they're itemizing it as, it's 0.06698. So, but by the time all the taxes and stuff are on there, it's more than that. So I just leave it at 10, just as an average. And then we'll hit calculate. So it's looking pretty decent, actually. I mean, almost $3 a day. Looks like you gain 518 in a day. That's pretty strong. I like that number. I like acquiring a lot of something, right? It always makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, not too bad as far as profitability, and that's after power. You know, obviously, if you didn't have any power, it would be $6 a day, or if you didn't have power costs, it would be $6 a day. $41 a week, not bad. I'm liking that. I'm liking those numbers. That's not too bad. Yeah, I mean, again, the power cost is probably literally 12 cents. It's probably not 10, but let's even go. We'll go 12 cents. And this is still profitable at 12 cents, so that's not bad. But again, guys, I mean, we're miners, right? I mean, at least most of my viewers are. We're probably going to hold this. We're not going to be trading it in for, you know, to get cash, to get fiat, right? I mean, we're looking at this. Okay, I'm going to mine this for a week or 2 weeks or a month or forever, whatever. You know, that's why, like, looking at the profitability is always kind of goofy to me, because unless you have overhead, right? Unless you have to pay bills with it. I mean, hobby miners aren't really doing that. You know, if you don't have a facility, you know, that you have to pay overhead and all that, you're just not worried about that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's nice to see. It's like a psychological thing, right? Where if you say, okay, is what I'm mining currently profitable? So it kind of gives you a little bit of a warm and fuzzy, right? That says, okay, I'm doing something right. if you're a home hobby miner type person, right? So yeah, super cool. It's always good to see that you're not mining something that is like, you know, right? So yeah, cool stuff. All right, so that is Hive OS on AMD. Now, if you guys want, we could probably head over to, wow, did I close Simple Mining? I did. Probably go to Simple Mining, and we can do it over there as well. And these are the shared rigs, so I have to do this kind of fast. All right, so let's go ahead and, I mean, obviously you would have to go ahead and have an account with Simple Mining. Same thing as Hive OS. I mean, I'm just going to go right to the part where we're creating the group and just rocking like that. So click on Group Config and then add a group. And we'll go ahead and use PhoenixMiner again, I guess. I don't see why not. There's PhoenixMiner. Looks like they're up to version 4.2C. And that's actually for NVIDIA and AMD. So that's cool. Alright, so we're going to use that one. Now, this is where we could probably benefit from going back and forth to Hive OS and getting some of the settings. I always think it's funny whenever they misspell stuff. I don't know why. I have this thing where for some reason I can almost instantly, I can look at a whole page of text and almost instantly figure out some misspellings, right? Like they just jump off the page at me for some reason. I don't know if it's like some kind of weird superpower or anything, but look right here. So I saw this first, and then as I was looking at that, I saw this. So there's two misspellings like right here, right in a row. It's always, I don't know, it's always funny to me. It's a curse, I think. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a name. Group name, we will go, might as well go EGEM _ YouTube, same as what we did on the other side on Hive OS. I like this feature that they added in here into Simple Mining where you click on more info and it has all the settings for that particular miner. I like that. That's a good feature that they added in here, even with the misspellings. So, all right, so for the pool, let's go ahead. Looks like they have like a backup pool in here, wallet. I would have to look up what rmode is. Let's see what that is. I don't see it. They have it in the example, but I don't see it in here anywhere. Doesn't really matter. We can do some default stuff here. So let's go and grab our pool address again. So it looks like pool import goes in there. We'll take the backup pool out. The wallet is our receiving address, right? So we'll go and get that again. Paste that in there as plain text. Make sure there's no weird spaces or anything in there. Don't know what rmode is. If anybody does, let me know. Oh wait, here we go, right here. It's up here at the top. It says option rmode 2 causes PhoenixMiner will reboot rig if any GPU stops responding. Okay, so that's a good feature. Any GPU that stops responding and it will reboot the rig. I like that. Okay, so let's keep that. And then we're going to choose add group. So now we should be able to go to our rig list, choose one of the rigs. I don't have these documented as far as what the hardware is, but they are, they're both 8 GPU rigs. I think I've got some of the facts in here. This rig here is 8 of the ASRock Phantom Gaming X, and while they're sort of low quality GPUs as far as like construction and stuff like that, they're a little flimsy, I guess you could say. They actually mine pretty much everything better than the other rig, which is Gigabyte. So they seem to be a little bit higher performance, I guess you could say. So yeah, so that's 8 GPU rig of those ASRock Phantom Gaming X, and then I've got 8 RS Radeon RX 580s, and this is RX 580s as well. So it's basically 16 RX 580s. All right, so we'll use the we'll use the bottom rig because this one's a little bit better on restarts. I don't have to keep restarting it to get all the GPUs to show up. So I'm going to use Mustafar, and let's go to rig actions, group config. I believe some of this has changed. I don't mess with simple mining that much anymore because these rigs have been stuck on CCX for a really long time. All right, so we're gonna assign it the group that we just created, which is EGEM YouTube. Now that miner, PhoenixMiner, is probably not on there. So instead of just reloading, I'm gonna do a reboot. And then we'll go over here and look at the console, and hopefully we will be able to see what is going on that. Cheers, Shuby. You're sticking around, right? You're not going anywhere, right? I have my Fireball and sweet tea in a, what is this cup from? Taco Bell or something? So that, you know, oh, see? That's why I have it in the cup, in case I drop it. That was almost a disaster right there. I did spill a little bit of it, but. Okay, we've got a Seba Galimba says we've got a multi-coin DEX coming soon based on quantum swaps. I read about that on your website within SFRX, and that is the Sapphire subchain, right? SFRX, that's what that is. So every SFRX block in the chain is multi-currency. It's a revolutionary technology. Awesome. I'm gonna stay on it. I'm gonna stay interested in reading up on it. Maybe I'll mine it some. Yeah, we'll see. You know, this one, the only reason it ended up in the poll to begin with is I kept seeing it on coin calculators and things like that whenever I was doing, you know, just looking to see what was going on, what to mine. Not on what to mine because it's not on there yet, but on coin calculators, and it kept showing up on there. I'm like, you know, I think I actually put it on a couple of polls in the past, but it never won. You know, so I've always kind of been looking at it. Didn't ever really take the time to do a whole lot of research on it. I was just more or less hoping that it was going to eventually win one of the polls, and it did. So, and it won easily. But obviously, you know, it depends on what you put it up against too. So, in this case, it was Ether Social and Callisto, which I really thought that Callisto was going to win. They just can't seem to push through, and I try to get the hash rates to be hash rates. I was looking at the screen there. The market caps and the all that stuff to be kind of similar. At least, you know, you don't want to put. I think it was one of my viewers that actually recommended that. I think it was Casa. I never remember all of his name, but Casa. He's a CCX guy, and he was like, you know, you shouldn't do polls where you know, you've got a coin that has a market cap of, you know, 20 million versus a $500,000 market cap coin, right? Because you know, the following is going to be huge on the other end, and you're just going to always, the market cap's always going to win typically, right? So I tried to get, long story short, I try to get similar market cap coins in the poll so that there's not too much of an advantage or disadvantage for any of them. So yeah, that's just how that kind of works. All right, so this thing is looking like it's cranking out here. I actually hear it. I hear it in there because these things take a lot more power. You know, again, it was mining CCX, so we kind of messed up again. We didn't look at what the power draw was before, but you can see this is a Mustafar, and this is a 8 GPU rig. And now this is with no tuning, right? I mean, there's a basic. Actually, right now it actually has the CCX overclock settings on it, but they're pretty similar to what Ethash is on that particular rig, so it's not too much of a difference. But it looks like it's 1178, 1180, something like that at the wall. That's 8 GPU rig. Not terrible, but I like this. I like the crypto or the CryptoNote coins because they're a lot less than that. I can really hear that thing. That thing is cranking in there. All right, so we are getting. Make sure we're getting accepted shares here. Yep. All right, so we got accepted shares, so all is good. That is a success as far as I'm concerned. So let's get this rig back on CCX so it doesn't blow up. Because without like tuning it, I mean, it's a bad day. Get that back over there like that. Hey, thanks Shuby. Thanks for the reminder for everybody. I appreciate it. So I hit that with a reboot, and it should be coming back up here soon. Getting back on conceal. I'm not saying I'm not ever going to mine EGEM. I'm just saying that right now I have to keep because this goes by vote. These two co-owned rigs, it goes by vote. So we vote on what we're going to mine for basically a whole month, and it's been CCX for a while. So. Well, thanks for sticking around, crypto and shit. 4:30 a.m. That's early morning stuff. I'll be honest, guys. I am super surprised that my machine hasn't crashed yet. I know I shouldn't say anything because now it will, but yeah, this is going pretty good. I did restart it right before the stream, so usually that helps a little bit. Hey, thanks, Shuby. I appreciate that, man. My Discord is not very active, okay? I don't really point a lot of people over there. I spend more time in other people's Discords, although I would like to get it going, but there's so many other ones out there that are pretty good, so I'm not greedy. I'm not trying to, reinvent the wheel or anything. Kind of like this project, right? But you can hit me up on the Discord, and I will eventually respond. Maybe not right away, but... Yeah, Frank, this is a small channel, man. I only have 700 and something subscribers. Super small. So honestly, having 17 viewers at one time, and I think at the peak it was something around 25 about 45 minutes ago, that's huge for me. That's huge because I never get more than, if I get 10, I'm really happy. Yeah, having 25 is incredible for me. So yeah, just just hit the like and all that stuff. I just do this stuff for fun. This isn't like an income thing for me at all. So, but I do appreciate everybody hanging out. I think it's cool that, you get this type of technology and you're able to do these live streams and stuff. And I think it's neat, and I get to talk about projects that I'm kind of interested in and interact with the community. And that's the kind of stuff that interests me, right? So it's not necessarily about, hey, I need to get you know, 20 more subscribers or nothing like that. I would like to get to 1,000 though. I would, just so that I could monetize if I wanted to. It's kind of like a little goal just to get to 1,000. And you can clearly see that the growth has been, I mean, it's been steady, but not explosive, right? So there are people that have been doing crypto-related YouTube channels that have only been doing it, they've been doing it less time than me. And they have, I'm coming up on 1 year right now. And they've been doing it way less than me. And they already have thousands more subscribers than me. And I won't name any names Red Panda Mining. So there you go. But there, even more than that, there's I think Red Panda's probably got, where's he at? Like 2,500, I think, something like that. I'm probably going a little low there. Let's find out. Okay, so yeah, I was way off. Put it this way, the last time I checked, he had 2,500. Now he's got 3,300. So he's just like blasting off, you know, which is cool. I'm really happy for him. I'm glad to see it, you know. But he does, yeah, he is Canadian, so that definitely helps. But he does different types of videos. I mean, he does all kinds of, and he does every video every day, and they're high quality and all that stuff. So yeah, he's a super good guy. So yeah, if you want to check out some cool stuff, go and check out his channel too. He's got some cool stuff over there. Not to get you guys, you know, off of my channel or anything, but we like to. What's up, Red Panda? Did you literally just join while I was talking about you? That's funny. Your ears were burning, I guess. You just knew that I was about to say something. Yeah, I'm totally a Red Panda's shield for sure. That's funny. Happy for him. Deserves it. He's got some good videos over there. But yeah, so I'm not in it for like super growth or anything like that. I like to see a slow and steady thing. I don't buy subscribers or anything like that. Everything that you see is completely organic. I'm not saying that Red Panda does, because he doesn't. I'm just saying everything's like completely organic. I don't have like a great, you know, niche, I guess you could say. I mean, I do these types of things. I just want to basically just talk about projects that I'm interested in and how to mine it and stuff. I think that's kind of cool, you know. I have to like it. I don't want it to be like a job. No, I'm not saying that he bought subs. I said that. I said he did not. Yeah, we could do that. We could do a collab video or something like that on Sapphire. That would be cool. Yeah, buying subs is super weak. You don't want to do that. Alright, let me see what this rig is doing. Oh my gosh, what is this? Rig is offline for 5 minutes. Okay, so it probably, no, it doesn't. I'll have to go and check that. You know what? This one, this might be like a new type of, I'm not familiar with this screen here, but I can tell you this. Whenever you are mining, because I remember I set it back to conceal, and that particular miner, I think it's XMR Stack, that, or it might be XM Rig. Let's see here. Let me go make sure. Yeah, XMR Stack. So I'm using XMR Stack right now, and it takes a really long time for that rig to start up, and it'll actually confuse you, because see how it's doing right now, it is showing as offline, but if you just wait, it should come up. So I'm just going to leave this up because I think it will come up. Yeah, Red Panda, I'm always talking about you in my videos. I don't know why. Why does that happen? I even bring up your page and everything. No, you help me out as well. But I would like to get over 1,000 subs. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, man, we're doing EGEM Travinix. Yeah, this is good for me. I mean, there's 19 in here. That's a way more than I usually get. Usually, I have 5 to 10, something like that. Sometimes it's even less than that. So Red Panda, do you know anything about EtherGem? I know you probably have seen, if I mean, you frequent the, it's not on What to Mine yet, but it is on coin calculators. So if you're looking at coin calculators, sometimes it would show up over there, right? So let's go check it out real quick. Let's go to, let's do a 1080. Actually, no, it would more than likely be under AMD. So let's do that since it's Ethash. So we'll do 1580, right? I know you're on the Aeon train. Did you see what they were doing today? Pretty strong. All right, so if you do a search on 1580, let's go ahead. What do you have? You have, what do you have? They don't have the 7 on here, I guess, huh? All right, so we'll just do the 1580. You probably already saw it, but if you have low market, you probably have to have low market cap coins on, I think, in order for it to show up. Yeah, it looks like. So make sure that that is selected, the low market cap coins, and then hit calculate. Yes, it's Ethash. So calculate, and then boom, there it is. It shows up. It's only number 6, so it's actually pretty good. And earlier, before you got in here, we did calculations on based on our hash rate that we were getting, which was 300, I believe, and it was profitable. You know, I think it was a couple of bucks a day on a 8 GPU rig, if I'm not mistaken. I probably should have documented all that stuff because I'm just having to recall it. You know. Yeah, so yeah, cool stuff. It's a neat project. They have a subchain, and that's called Sapphire, and it's like I want to say there's some devs in here, so they'll probably be able to tell if this is true or not. But I think that you can basically kind of dual mine it, right? So you can mine EGEM, and will eventually be able to mine Sapphire using something like Claymore, I believe. I don't know. Let me know if I'm like way off base there. I think that's what I read. Anyway, yeah, so it does show up on coincalculators.io as a profitable coin. So that is cool. Thanks, Shuby. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. I think you're my only mod in here right now. Here, let me fix this. Let me throw. Haha. There you go, Red Panda. You're now a mod. Good luck. Actually, it's usually pretty easy, but there's 19 people in here now, so it might be kind of hard. Thanks for the clarification there, Frank. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did see that it used Blake 2S on the Sapphire subchain. I did see that. I probably failed to mention that. I don't think that was in my notes. So, yeah, banned CryptoZ initially. All right, hang on a second. All right, so CryptoZ, you are now a mod as well, and you're going to find out really quick how much a mod makes per month or per video or whatever. Travanx, we did mine on HiveOS and Simple Mining, both AMD though. We didn't do any NVIDIA. If you guys have time, I could probably switch this rig over power-wise to the NVIDIA rig, shut this one down and plug that one in, and yeah, I could probably do an NVIDIA. This is the only NVIDIA rig that I have access to right now. Okay, or you can rewatch. Yeah. The miner that we used was PhoenixMiner, so it works on NVIDIA or AMD. But I think that it is Ethash, so you're probably going to get a little bit better performance and profitability and all that stuff out of an AMD GPU. Although I understand that with the pill and all that stuff on the NVIDIA GPUs, it's pretty close, but I still think that AMD wins a little bit. MK, is that the guy on, I think I'm on his Facebook. I can't believe I just said that. Because I think Facebook, I subconsciously want it to just go away. But I think if you're talking about the guy that runs pools, and I think he does a lot on Facebook, yeah, I've always dug his stuff. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, exactly. Facebook? What's that? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely secretly want that to just go away. It just needs to, unless it changes drastically, it really needs to go away. Just my opinion, though. Yeah, it's not something I'm fond of at all. I mean, essentially, to me, the best thing about Facebook is you can kind of use it as a what were those other websites that they had, like high school reunion type websites, or being able to find like old flames and stuff like that, right? That's basically, I mean, I get it, if you have your family on there, but younger generation is not doing Facebook. So it's funny. Twitter's pretty easy. I like Twitter. You can get overwhelmed really quick if you follow a lot of people, though. That's the only bad thing about it. I mean, you can mute and all that stuff, so it's not bad. I like to use Twitter for the interaction, with followers and viewers and things like that. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, the Technicals Twitter is, I guess you would say it's lit. He's funny. He's a good guy. I need to write down like all these mentions that I'm doing in this video. Alright, so I am still mining EGEM over here. Let's get this rig back on CCX. Nothing against EGEM. I just like less power hungry algos. Yeah, I'm a big fan of CCX. Small cap. Not as small as EGEM though. Yeah, no problem, Frank. It was about time, right? Like I was saying, I think I had EGEM on several of the, at least one of the polls. I don't know why it didn't win, but Yeah, we were at Red Panda, just so you know, we were at 308 meg on 1370, I think, watts at about 10 cents per kilowatt hour, something like that. And that's basically what we were seeing. Travanks, did you make that logo? Is that why you're saying that? Frankie, 2 times. What were you talking about? The something that you were mining that wasn't good? I was trying to get caught up to you there. I don't see what you were referring to. Alright, so now we're back on CCX over here. Maybe I'll secretly mine EGEM at some point. Nah, I won't do it secretly. I'll let you guys know. Oh, Ether1. You know, I never followed them. I don't know why. I know that there was some drama within the dev community and stuff like that. I was watching Not Your Normal Miners videos and stuff about it, but I still don't really know that much about it. So I can't speak intelligently about what happened with Ether1. Don't bother, it sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what happened with them. I know that, like I said, I know there was some drama. I want to say that Not Your Normal Miner actually put out a video about the drama, and then like the next day, kind of had to go back and say that that the information he had was wrong or something. So yeah, Crypto Casa, that was who I was thinking of earlier. Casca. What is crypto and shit? What is D? Pearl and D. What is D? Yeah, I think I mined Ether1 way early on, but I probably don't even know. I don't even know where my wallet is or anything about it. So. Yeah, it's good to see Hannah Coin back over here on GPU mineable. They were stuck on ASICs for a while there. I don't see. Is Ether1 not on what to mine? Yeah, it probably wouldn't be, I guess. Okay. I was surprised to see Bitcash over here too. That's cool. Let's see if we go over here. Oh, you know what? I haven't been to ProfitBot Pro in a while. Randy's going to be mad at me. I haven't been over there. Let's go check it out. All right, let's see. Yeah, Ether 1, 32 cents a day on one RX 580. EtherGem beating it out a little bit. And if you're in here and you're not familiar with ProfitBot Pro, it is basically a there's way more to it than what I'm going to say. But if you like Kryptonite coins, Kryptonite algo coins, then this is the place to go, because that's all this profit calculator is. But it's more than just a profit calculator. He's got software for Windows 10. I believe it's still only for Windows, and there's a lot to it, a whole lot to it. But I cannot speak to it very intelligently because I use HiveOS and Simple Mining almost exclusively. I use a little bit of Windows 10 sometimes, but yeah, this is all Kryptonite stuff. So if we look, see if we can find, because we're mining CCX right now. So if we go over here to Hive, you can see 16.84 kilohash. I think I can click up here. Yeah, there we go. So right here, you know, and they CCX now has their own algo, which is Kryptonite Conceal. So if we go in here and put in 1684. That's probably not right. Calculate. Yeah, okay. So 16,840. That's probably right. So CCX is number one, obviously, with that value. And it looks like almost $4 a day. Not bad. If you were actually, you know, trading the coins for actual fiat, right? I'm not doing that, so it doesn't really matter what the profitability is. But like I was saying earlier, it is nice to see that you're not mining some complete shitcoin that you know is really low on the profitability scale, right? So yeah, it's kind of cool. CCX has some great devs, man. I think it's a great project. I don't have any problem saying that. So, all right, crypto and shit. Thanks for stopping in, man. Go and get some sleep. It's 11 o'clock. Good grief. We've been going for an hour and a half. That is crazy. Normally this show is only 30 minutes because at 10, okay, Proton Mine is cool. What is Proton Mine? Is that the pool? That's probably your pool. Most likely. Proton Mine is cool. All right, there you go. I said it. The donation link is going to be in the description for that little plug there. Just kidding. All right, so yeah, cool. Yeah, usually the show is only 30 minutes because at 10, Brandon Coin starts and we switch over to there. So I scrolled over it. Where did I scroll over it? Oh wow, Proton Mine is cool. Check that out. So it's probably on the list in Hive OS maybe. Let's go and check. I'm glad I didn't delete this flight sheet yet. Oh, there it is. Proton mine. PPLNS. Awesome. Can you use PhoenixMiner? Oh, you don't want me to do this? Well, why'd you have me mention it then? That's funny. So you have to do it manually? Okay. I was just messing around with it, so it's not a big deal. So you were trying to go to bed, but then, you know, now I got you now. I got you. And I suppose you can use PhoenixMiner? We're going to do this. We're going to do it. Did I mess up the port? Oh yeah, I did. My bad. There we go. I didn't realize I missed it. Alright, so now we can go to workers, choose that AMD rig that we were messing with earlier.